recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivial Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivial Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list? Oh my God.
You're like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
Aaron.
I haven't started cooking more, but I have started thinking about cooking more, so I've looked at a lot of recipes for things. Mostly cocktails.
Zakia.
I'm a very happy evil genius.
Yeah.
And Nick.
For all the listeners out there, if you spend enough money, you can be where I am today.
And the rest of the Trivial Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes a pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan and I am here today with Chris Hollister. Hello, Chris.
Hey, man, it's good to be back on the show.
It is good to have you here, Chris.
Thank you. Yes,
we are outnumbered today.
We are outnumbered,
yes,
and I think in a good way.
Really?
Really, I think so.
How?
I think we got some. We have quality over a quality guest here. I was going to say quality over quantity, and
no, we have quantity. We have quantity. Hopefully, not over quality.
No, I'm saying we have quality.
Okay,
we have absolute quality. Because you know what episode this is.
I do know. Do you know?
Oh my gosh, I'm fired up. It is 550.
550. We are.
Yes.
Carmela said we're halfway to 600. I'm like, Carmela, 550 out of 600 is way more than halfway. She's like, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, it is 550. I need to introduce our guests, Chris.
Yes, you do, because they're awesome guests today.
In Zoom order, from the shape of an L, from top of the L to the bottom right. First up, Tyler Rosso is with us. Hello, Tyler.
Hi, diddly ho, John. How are we doing?
Hi, diddly ho. Good to see you, man. Kishore Vedala is with us today. Hello, Kishore.
Hey, guys. Good to be here.
It is good to have you here. Mr. Bobbert Oakes is with us today. Hello, Bob.
All right, I'll just go by Bob. I don't need the whole Bobbert.
Ah, man, I tell you, it was introduced in the last episode, and I think it's going to stick. And AJ Tiffany is with us today. Hello, AJ.
Hey there, first-time caller, long-time listener.
I love that. I want to get to know each of you a little bit better. Tyler, we're going to start with you. I want everybody... Oh, no. Chris, you can't do that when I'm doing intros. Chris brought in the inevitable Lorena Bobbert ideas. Anyway, Tyler, please tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
I am Tyler Rosso. Currently live in Georgetown, Kentucky, just north of Lexington. Originally from Western New York, just west of Rochester, a small town called Brockport. I work in freight and logistics as my day job. Night job, I clean a building. I also act in murder, mystery, dinner, theater, improv shows. So I'm all over the place.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
That is. What's your favorite show you've been a part of?
Oh, gosh. I mean, I've done a lot of stage shows, too. When I'd say back in 2010, I did a youth theater production of Les Mis, and that was just absolutely incredible.
Wow.
Yeah,
that sounds awesome. I got to tell you, I've learned from Sarah to absolutely love improv people. Improv people are always going to keep you engaged and entertained. So I'm excited to have you, my friend.
I'm excited to be here. Real quick, something fun.
Yeah.
So I was torn between two good ones. I guess I'll go. So in this calendar year, April and July, I have been to both Disneyland and Walt Disney World in the same calendar year.
Oh, okay. We need a grade. Which one did you like better?
It depends. I mean, so California, the food's better in my opinion. I really loved California Adventure. That's probably the best park in my opinion. But I also really enjoyed Epcot. I've never been there before, so that was our first time there, and I absolutely loved it. So I kind of a little bit of both.
I think that's a fair answer. My memory of California Adventure is that the Incredicoaster is really, really good. It is just a really well done standard roller coaster, and I thought it was a great one.
It's the smoothest roller coaster I've ever ridden on. And the first one where when I go down the drop, my stomach doesn't go up to my throat. I was so impressed by that. And best roller coaster I've ever been on by far.
It's a good one. Well, Tyler, we are glad you're here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Kishore, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
All right. Yeah, my name is Kishore. I am originally from Atlanta, and as of last year, I'm back in Atlanta. So as part of that, I'm a big Atlanta sports fan, for better or for worse, typically the latter. But what do I do? I'm a neurologist, which you might have been able to tell from the people, if you're watching this video, from the brains in the picture.
I was trying to figure out if those were brains or not. I'm like, they're colorful. Two of the three look like brains to me.
So it's actually all the same, just different views of it. So yeah, I'm a neurologist specialized in pediatric neurology. And so dealing with kids. Something fun about myself, I like to travel. And one thing I did last year that I thought was kind of cool was in the span of 3 to 4 weeks, I was looking at a different view, different border of the Atlantic Ocean in the span of 3 to 4 weeks. I was in Acadia, and then a week later, a week to 2 weeks later, I was in Portugal, in Lisbon, so saw the eastern view of that. And then about a week after that, I was in Puerto Rico, so kind of the southern part of the Atlantic Ocean. And I got pictures of each one of those, so to kind of compare.
That is freaking cool.
That is freaking cool. You need to get down to the western coast of Africa and complete the 4 corners of the Atlantic there.
Yeah, I know. That's one I was hoping to add on Morocco to that.
I tell you, Acadia seems very underrated as a national park up there. Were you in the park or were you in the area?
Yeah, I was in the park.
Yeah.
I think I agree with you. There's a lot of great hikes there. Around the summer, weather's not too bad. It's not too cold, obviously. And there's great hikes. And there's some secluded ones, too, that not a lot of people go to. So it was really fun to do.
Yeah. I am looking forward to my first chance to get up there. And we discovered today before the show that you live literally, Bob. All right, hold on. I'm going to introduce my brother Bob here just so that he can comment on this. So Bob, you're here. We'll come back to you in a sec. But Kishore lives in Buckhead.
Are you serious?
Yes.
He's like 5 miles away from where we grew up.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised he's such an Atlanta fan then.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Kishore, it is great to have you. Thanks for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
And as a Cubs fan, I was happy to get 2 out of 3 from you this week.
Yeah, it's not been our year.
Oh, wow.
It's not been our year.
Unnecessary, Chris. Unnecessary. All right. Mr. Bob Oakes.
Flag on the play.
Mr. Bob Oakes, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Hello, I am Bob Oakes. I am from Jacksonville, Florida. I am a supervisor for a very large beverage company. And the something fun about myself is I am the head referee for First Tech Challenge in Northeast Florida.
What is First Tech Challenge?
So First Tech Challenge is a national organization where high school kids are competing in a challenge with robots. And so I just left the kickoff literally an hour ago, so that they just showed us what the challenge is. And so these kids have to build robots that fit inside an 18 by 18 cube and are able to shoot a 5-inch wiffle ball into a basket to score points.
Nice.
And so it is going to be a very challenging season, and we actually got to hold the wiffle balls, and it was like, oh, they're going to have to shoot this with accuracy. They can get close up, but there's a launch spot that's far away, and it's like, okay, I do not want to be the referee behind the goal because I'm going to get hit.
Yeah. You should have had one of these kids who are into the robotics build you a headset for today's show, Bob. It would have been beneficial.
I'm aware.
Well, Bob, it is great to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
And AJ, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Originally, I'm from Jefferson, Iowa, the middle of nowhere, but now I live in Astoria, Queens, in New York City. I just retired in July from 23 years active duty in the Army.
Congratulations.
Thank you. My last job was teaching ROTC at Fordham University in the Bronx, and I retired right into being a full-time student, going for my bachelor's and master's in social work.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
Very, very cool.
Fun fact, I used to be part of a government agency that went around the world to old battle sites to recover the remains of missing service members and bring them home. I searched for 34 and I found 13.
Wow.
Man, that is an awesome service right there.
Yeah.
That is
Everybody
really
has
great.
everybody today had a fantastic story. This is just impressive. But AJ,
Yeah,
thank
Chris.
you for your service. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Chris, tell us something interesting about yourself. No, I'm kidding. I've put Chris on the spot since y'all are all so cool.
Hey, I'm known as your second favorite trivia host. That's all I'm going to say about that.
All right.
There you go.
Guys, it's time for Warm It Up, Chris. Let's do it.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
All right. So I don't know if Zakiya talked to you about this, but we actually had something kind of very funny come up.
Yep.
The other day, Bob sent me a message saying, "Hey, Chris, I've got this really good Warm It Up Chris question for you." And I was like, okay, send it my way. Or actually, he just sent it, I should say. And I was like, this is great. I'll use it for my next episode. Well, then literally about 6 hours later, I found out that Bob's going to be on my episode. I said, hey, Zakiya, I've got one from Bob. Do you want to take it? And she's like, sure. I've got one from Jeff Clear. Do you want to take it? I'm like, yeah, let's go. Today's Warm It Up Chris is brought to you by Jeff Clear. So thank you very much, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
His name is Jeff.
Jeffrey. Yep, exactly. So, and what he said was this. He said, hi, Zakiya. I got a Warm It Up Chris round that you might like. I know you love to travel, so here's a list of all 50 states that have 3 crappy roadside attractions found in each state. Read the attractions and see if the state can be guessed. So what he did then was he highlighted a few choices from the 50. So obviously, I'm not going to give you all 50. We have some good choice ones on here. I've also added something on here too. I'm going to give you the state's year. I'm not going to give you the state, obviously, but I'll give you the year the state was founded or that became a part of the union. And then I'll give you the 3 attraction sites that he gave to us. Okay. So just to kind of help you maybe try to figure out about where this place is. All right. Any questions, thoughts, concerns, hopes, dreams?
Are they definitely crappy or can they be good attractions too?
They could be very good attractions. So let's find out. Jonathan,
Chris, let's use the year as an extra hint if it's desired. Give me the year.
You got it, sir. Not a problem. Okay. So, Jonathan, your first one, the attraction 1 is a steampunk treehouse. Attraction 2, shark in a box. And attraction 3, the blue hen statue. Attraction 3 may help you out a bit.
I'm a shark in a box.
It's my shark in a box.
Oh, no.
I was just thinking that. I was just
I don't know. Give me a year.
1787.
Okay, this is an early one. Is it Vermont?
It is not Vermont.
Okay. Kishore, what do you think?
It's Delaware.
Kishore. Delaware is the correct answer.
Yeah.
I thought Delaware was the first state.
It is the first state. This is the... Yeah.
Isn't that 1776?
No.
Not until after the articles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, damn it. I literally went for the 14th state because it was the first one after the 13.
The University of Delaware's mascot is the Blue Hens as well. Yeah.
That's right. That's why I thought it was pretty gettable. Well done, Kishore. You're 100% right. All right. Tyler, you're up next. We have Doo-Wop Experience Museum. We have a piece of Grover Cleveland's wedding cake. And we have Frank Sinatra's used towel that is enshrined.
I've got a guess to help you if you want, Tyler.
Is it New Jersey?
It is New Jersey. Well done.
Nice.
Wow. Very good.
He did not need your stinking guess. That's
Sure
right.
didn't.
Well done. All right, Bob. You are up next, sir. You get Van Gogh's Starry Night in Doorknobs. You get America's Oldest Road Sign. And you also get a statue of John Hanson, the first United States continental president. And Tyler's shaking his head, so you can always ask for help as well.
So I'm guessing, but with the old stuff, I'm thinking Pennsylvania.
It is not Pennsylvania. I'm sorry. Anybody else have a guess? Bob, you can always second guess if you'd like it. I always second guess myself.
You want to get the year?
Yeah, give us the year. What do you got?
The year is 1788.
Vermont.
It is not Vermont.
All right, I give up.
It is no, it's not close to Vermont.
What is it?
All right. It is Maryland. Maryland would be your correct answer on there.
The state I was born in.
Yes.
There you go. I did not know that. I learned something. All right. So AJ, you're up next.
All right.
You get a dress that was worn by President Franklin Pierce. You have the KFC Taco Bell graveyard, and you have a chicken farmer rock.
Whoa.
I know, right?
Just from the KFC Taco Bell graveyard, I got to go with Kentucky.
Yeah, I was afraid you might go to Kentucky. That is an incorrect answer. I have a date of 1788.
Oh, that's another one of the colonies then.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep it here in town. I'll go New York.
All right. Unfortunately, that is incorrect. Jonathan kept saying Vermont. If you go right next to it, you get New Hampshire, and New Hampshire is the correct answer on there. So, all right, I'm batting 1 out of 4 so far. So Kishore, I'm dependent on you to let us go 2 out of 5 here. All right, Kishore, you get Love Butt, and that's exactly all it says on there. You get National Jousting Hall of Fame, and I wonder if they have the ostriches that you can fly on. Or maybe that's just a video game.
Definitely.
And then finally, you get Deep Throat's Parking Garage.
Yeah, I'll take the year.
It is 1788 also.
1788. This one I'll go Pennsylvania.
That is incorrect.
Is it Virginia?
It is Virginia.
Well, so it had to be, right? Because Deep Throat's got to be Washington, D.C., and we've already had Maryland, so Virginia's the other one that's right there.
Unfortunately, a lot of points to Flagler College, and now we're going to start over again. So, Jonathan, you get the grave of the Frito-Lay magician, Muhammad Ali's stolen bicycle, and world's second largest seated Lincoln.
Seated or seated?
No, seated. SEATED. Yeah, this is some obscure crap that we got there.
I will guess Michigan.
That is incorrect. It is 1792 is the year.
Does anybody have an idea?
Kentucky?
Illinois?
Kentucky was the correct answer.
Yeah,
yes.
just from
nice
Who's
job.
Kentucky?
Yeah,
was that
that was
Kishore
me.
again?
I just know Jonathan's, not the other people.
Okay, fair enough. Jonathan, what was your answer again? I didn't type it in. I'm sorry.
I don't remember. Oh, Michigan, yes. I was going for the Lincoln.
Yeah. The Ali Museum is in Louisville, Kentucky. That's the only reason. That and Kentucky. I think Lincoln was born in Kentucky as well. So.
Yes, he was. Yep. Yeah. I just know that from the license plate.
As the resident Kentuckian in the group, I've never heard of any of those. So.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Tyler, you get the Coon Dog Cemetery, the 1 millionth fire hydrant, and the Bear Bryant Museum.
Well, based on Coon Dog, I would have to guess Tennessee because the Vols mascot is a dog.
Yeah, but think about the third attraction that I said.
Yeah, see, I was going to guess Alabama, but the Coon Dog was throwing me off. Is it Alabama?
It is Alabama. Alabama is your correct. Alabama is your correct answer on that one. So yes, lean into the Bama. All right, Bob, you get the world's largest brown trout, tombstone of the cream of wheat man, and the Spartan, world's largest freestanding ceramic figure. And that last one should help you out a little bit, Bob.
California?
The Spartan.
He guessed, Chris.
I was thinking the Trojan.
Okay.
I was thinking the Trojan.
Okay. Well, I know. Anyway, so no, the Spartan, the Michigan State is known as the Spartans. Your correct answer was Michigan there. So Michigan, so not Cali. All right, let's continue on real quick. And that is AJ, you're up next. And you get the bronze statue of James T. Kirk. You get Fisher of Clams statue. Clams. Graves of 2 Civil War mules. So not actual soldiers, but the mules.
Okay, just from James T. Kirk, I got to say Iowa.
Iowa is your correct answer. Well done, sir.
Good answer.
Crush that junk. All right. Kishore, you get the Three Stooges fermenting tanks, the world's only polka escalator, and a Ho Dog Cowboy.
What?
Okay.
I don't know what a Ho Dog Cowboy is.
How's that spelled? H-O dog?
Yeah, H-O dag. No, H-O dag.
Hodag.
Hodag?
Might have an idea. Can I get the year, though?
It is 1848.
1848. That would be Wisconsin?
Yeah. Nicely done. Yes. Wisconsin is your correct answer. All right.
I know what the teams are, and I'm wishing Kishore was on my team at this point.
All right. Here's your last round. Jonathan, you get the one log Kevin Costner. You get the big boy with brass knuckles. Big boy. And then you get a Yoda statue.
I don't know where Big Boy came from, but I associate it with Illinois for some reason, so I'm going to guess Illinois.
Okay. The year was 1850, and the correct answer is California.
All right.
All right. So then Tyler, you get Buffalo Bill's Grave and Museum, the phallic sculpture Obscured by Trees, and the John Denver Sanctuary.
Well, when you said Buffalo Bill, my mind went somewhere completely different. Let's see here. Wyoming?
It is not Wyoming. No, the correct answer to that one is
what's the year, Chris?
Oh, okay. Sorry, 1876.
1876. Anybody have a guess?
I was gonna
based on where John Denver died, Colorado.
Centennial. Yeah.
Yep, Colorado is your correct answer. All right, so well done catching that. So Bob.
Yes.
So Bob, you get Saint Euro, the grasshopper vanquisher statue. You get the Spam Museum, and you get the world's largest ball of twine.
Minnesota.
Minnesota is your correct answer. Yes.
You could not have given me a better one. That one I knew.
That's why I did what I did there.
Spam.
All right. So then, thank you very much. Well done getting that answer correct. AJ, you get the world's largest watermelon slice. You get the roller mills where Kevin Bacon danced in Footloose. And you also get the cliff where Thelma and Louise died or exited stage left even.
Second and third leads me to Texas. What's the year?
That's a great question. It is 1896.
I've seen more watermelons in Louisiana than anywhere else, so I'm going to go with Louisiana.
Louisiana is incorrect. Anybody else have a guess?
Is it Arizona?
It is
Oklahoma?
Not Arizona. It is not Oklahoma. It is Utah. Utah. Because when you think of watermelon, you think of Utah.
How long can you make a gig out of trying to sell people tickets to the biggest slice of watermelon? Eventually, the watermelon shrinks. Like, how does that work?
It's a good question that I have no answer on.
You pay up front, and you have to go into a tent with like a flap, and inside of there is just a picture of the biggest slice of watermelon because the biggest slice is long gone.
That's true. And probably a little yucky looking. Let's just be honest. It's probably a little yucky.
Yeah, they petrified it.
So, all right.
It's also the world's largest collection of ants.
Oh, yeah, good call. Good call. All right, Kishore, you're the last one up here. So you get the grave of Mr. Ed, the Will Rogers pocket contents of when he died, and then the American Banjo Museum.
All right.
Here's what they had in his pockets when he died.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I have seen two of these, as a matter of fact.
So I'm realizing now that I think that all these are in order of admission to the Union. So I think this is Oklahoma.
Oklahoma is your correct answer. Well done.
Wow. Good job.
All right. And that, my friends, is your Warm It Up Chris question of the episode. Thank you, Jeff, again for your help.
Thanks, Jeff. What we've learned is that Kishore is warm. That's what we've learned. Can't say anything else. That's what we've learned.
There we go.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Chris. Guys, this is episode number 550. That means we are on the main feed. Ooh. So a big shout out to everyone who's listening today. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. If you would like to listen to more Trivial Warfare, I've got more Trivial Warfare for you. Go to trivialwarfarearmy.com, sign up as a sergeant or higher, and you'll unlock over 200 episodes from the past that, frankly, are great. They're awesome. They are really good episodes. You're missing out by not hearing them. TrivialWarfareArmy.com is where you go to get signed up to get access. Today's game is going to be Jonathan and Tyler versus Kishore, Bob, and AJ. Chris is hosting, and it's time to play the game.
Players. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
All right, so before we started, I asked everybody to give me team names, and so Jonathan and Tyler, you decided on what team name?
Yeah, so Tyler pointed out we're both dads, we're both tall, and we both hate Boston. Yeah, so he's wearing a Yankees jersey, and the one thing that Rays fans and Yankees fans can unite against is Boston, truly. So we are Poppies Don't Preach.
Poppies
All
don't
right.
preach.
Okay, and then Bob, AJ, and Kishore, what was y'all's name? I think Bob and AJ came up with it pretty quickly, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, it's saying that Bob put it a certain way, that not the favorite brother. So we went with the non-favorite siblings. Kishore, I don't know how many siblings you have.
No, I have a sibling as well, so it checks out.
Kishore's like, I'm the only child, and I'm still the non-favorite sibling.
So we've got non-favorite siblings versus Poppies Don't Preach, and here we go. Here comes round 1, question 1. Your category is, no, the special one with the 8 statuettes only counts as 1. And your question is this. Over the decades, many actors, directors, and creative types have taken home Academy Awards, but only one individual stands above the rest, holding the record for the most Oscars ever won by a single person with 22 competitive awards, plus 4 honoraries. Who holds this record?
All right, we're going to lock in.
Okay. So non-favorite siblings, you can talk it out now.
Yeah, so first thing I threw out was Walt Disney. I think I remember something about him winning a lot of awards. I can't remember if it specifically was the Academy Award or something else, but the clue of also, having won honorary awards also leads me to think of someone who's had like a prominent space in other things as well. So that's what led me to Disney.
I like Disney. I was thinking back to the category name. What was it? A statue with 8 heads, and how that would play into that.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as well. I'm not sure if the logo, I don't know if that has something to do with it, but
I don't have anything better, but I was just wondering if there was a clue in the category.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, you guys just want to lock in with Disney then?
Yeah, I think round 1, that's a good answer.
All right, well, guess we'll lock in with Disney.
Okay. Poppies, what you thinking?
So I kind of gave a first idea, and I said my first answer is Disney, my second answer is John Williams, but I believe that we've had a question like this on the show before. I think I've heard it here. I think that, and 10 years, we hear things 2 or 3 times. Sometimes they start to stick. I think Disney has been forever the longest holder of the most Oscars.
Okay.
And Tyler, you agreed with me. We talked about it a little bit, and then that's what we locked in with.
Yeah, we both kind of had the same thought, Disney or Williams. I didn't think Williams had that many. I know he's had a crap ton of nominations, but I don't think he's actually won that many. So Disney made the most sense in my mind as well.
And y'all's correct answer is the one, the only, Mr. Walt Disney. Well done, both teams.
Nice.
Oh, boy.
Gorsh. All right. So got the 10 points, got the shakes down. Let's go into question number 2. Your category is as long as it's not cracked. And your question is, the human brain has specialized regions for everything from memory to emotion. One part in particular plays a crucial role in regulating balance, coordination, and fine motor control, often called the little brain because of its shape and size. What part of the brain is this?
All right, we got meow meows on this.
You really?
Wow.
Okay.
For the neurologist.
Sorry.
Are y'all locked in?
Yes.
Yeah, Bob, you and AJ should both say yes to that
Yes.
because
No, we are.
Okay.
We were debating if it was a meow meow situation.
Definitely. All right. So we're going to talk. Tyler, is this the prefrontal cortex, perhaps? He said askingly.
Shape and size. So the first thing that came to my mind, just because of the shape and size, and it's got a weird name, is medulla oblongata. An oblong sort of that's kind of where my mind, no pun intended, went. I don't think it's the hippocampus or anything of that nature.
Actually, hippocampus is not a terrible statement. I don't want to brush past that.
Fair.
The medulla oblongata, I believe, based on my extensive knowledge of Happy Gilmore, no, not Happy Gilmore, Waterboy, had something to do with emotion because they made the joke about the alligator and the medulla oblongata, and then he punched Colonel Sanders, and the rest is history, right? So I think maybe not that. Okay. Balance, coordination, fine motor control. I'm guessing at it. My gut took me to prefrontal cortex. I don't know that that's right. I don't think there's a high percentage chance that that's right. Less than 50% for sure. If your gut strongly pulls you in a different direction, I'm okay to listen to it, as long as we don't have logical reasons to exclude answers.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't have thunder either way. I'm just going based off literally the first thing that popped into my head. If you want to go with prefrontal, that's fine.
Wait, hold on a sec. Chris, your category is as long as it's not cracked?
That's correct.
Does that help, Tyler? Think about the category.
Correct.
Cracked Rear View was a Hootie and the Blowfish album. Crack is Whack was a statement by Whitney Houston.
Don't step on a crack and break your mama's back.
As long as it's not cracked. Cracked it's not all it's cracked up to be.
Cracker Jack box.
Cracked hippocampus. Cracked prefrontal cortex. Amygdala. Hippocampus.
Release the Kraken.
Some kind of lobe. A temporal lobe, an occipital lobe,
Is there... No, that wouldn't
30
be.
seconds, y'all.
Running out of lobes over here.
Yeah. Shape and size. Little brain shape and size.
I don't hate hippocampus, honestly. For some reason, I look at that and I think it might be the right shape, but I could be way off.
That works for me.
All right, we will guess hippocampus.
All right, and with 2 seconds to spare. All right. Okay, so I was going to give you guys as a whole team, but Kishore, talk to us.
By the way, being somebody who's very knowledgeable about something and listening to people just take stabs at it, it's a weird feel. It's a whole vibe.
Yeah, it definitely was a weird feeling. But, well, first of all, before I get the answer, I want to point out what you referenced, Jonathan, from The Waterboy, because one of the things that's always upset me about that movie is that the teacher is completely wrong about the medulla's function. He's talking about
the water boy misled me,
which is hilarious in the context of that scene, because while Adam Sandler is wrong as well, the professor is completely wrong. The medulla that he is talking about is actually all the functions of the amygdala, which is the fear center and the motion center.
Right.
The medulla is actually just part of the brainstem. That's, respiratory function, regulating heart rate, things like that. But the answer...
That's exactly what I said.
But yeah, I'm sure you'll tell us what the category. I'm not really sure about it. Probably outside of my knowledge base, but the little brain is the cerebellum. You think about the cerebrum as the main cortex.
We didn't even name the cerebellum.
I didn't think about that.
All right, so your correct answer is the cerebellum. If you think about what
Liberty
the
Bell.
is, yes.
Nice.
Yep. So, all right. Jonathan, you okay over there?
We just didn't even name the biggest brain parts, and that irritates me. We didn't name cerebrum and cerebellum, and that's weak. That's weak sauce, Tyler. We screwed that up.
I was hoping you wouldn't take inspiration from the photos behind me, because you can actually see the cerebellum in the third picture here.
Yeah, no, I was trying to.
Yes, they were trying to like just zoom in a bit there.
I hit maximize and zoomed in on the screen. Yeah, no.
The self-proclaimed smartest part of the human body obviously wasn't having it today.
It's just so funny how you write questions not knowing what people do, and then without a shadow of doubt, you write a couple questions that is right up somebody's alley that is on the show, and it happens every time. It's hilarious.
It's awesome.
Yep. All right. Question number 3. Dang, I'm still doing my live trivia stuff. I was about to say question number 3 worth 3 points. No, it's worth 10 points. Anyway, your category is not bad at all. And your question is, winning a Super Bowl is tough enough, but only 2 quarterbacks in the NFL history have managed to win it all as a starting quarterback for 2 different franchises. Name both quarterbacks.
I've got a package from Amazon Prime, Jonathan.
Meow.
Wow.
Go ahead and put them in the chat real quick just so that I could see. I know one of them is that. All right. We're locked in.
So, okay. So siblings, you can talk it out.
All right. So he said, oh, wait. I mean, this is Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, right?
Tom Brady for sure.
Yeah. Peyton Manning won for the Colts and the Broncos. So.
Yep. That'd be it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was getting down a rabbit hole when he said not bad, because when he said that, I was like just thinking about Rams. I was like, wait, Kurt Warner didn't win with 2 different teams. He made it with 2 different teams. And then I was like, wait, take a step back. This is just Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. And that's the clue is probably just for the GOAT. So, all right. Yeah, I think we're good.
No, I'm good.
I think we're good with Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. We'll lock it in.
Okay. So Poppies, what are you preaching or not preaching?
Brady with the Patriots and the Buccaneers, Peyton with the Colts and the Broncos, which ironically Peyton won and lost the Super Bowl with both teams. Actually, when I think about it, Brady did the same thing because they did lose one. No, they did not. I apologize, but yeah. So yeah, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning.
The Patriots lost 2 of those sons of guns.
Yeah,
Patriots lost 3
Eli.
actually.
Yeah,
that's true. The Eagles, Foles.
So, all right. So your correct answer is, with a total of 9 Super Bowls between the 2 of them, Peyton Manning and Tom Brady.
Wow.
All right.
Good job, everybody.
All right. So going into round number 2, non-favorite siblings, perfect score, 30 points. Poppies don't preach with 20. And here comes your question number 1 and round 2. The category is, and they named a city after this guy? Okay. So the question is this. In 1830, the U.S. government passed a controversial law that forced the relocation of Native American tribes from their ancestral lands in the southeast to areas west of the Mississippi River, leading to a tragedy known as the Trail of Tears. Which U.S. president signed the Indian Removal Act into law in 1830? Copy and paste.
All right, we're going to lock in.
Yeah.
Okay. Non-favorite siblings, you can talk it out.
Yeah, I think we're about to lock in as well. I think we'll feel confident this is Andrew Jackson.
Yeah, I don't see why not. That's the first one that came to mind for me.
Yeah.
And as far as cities named after him, I mean, Jacksonville, that's where I'm sitting.
Right. Yeah, I think a good hint. But yeah, I think I'm pretty clear the guy who led to the Trail of Tears. So Andrew Jackson, or Jackson, we can lock in with.
AJ, I think you were about to say something too.
Oh, yeah. One of the great things about returning to school is you get all those electives that you have to take somewhere. And one of them was U.S. history, and we covered this just like a week ago.
Nice.
Well, there you go. Okay, then. So, Poppies, what were y'all thinking?
Very, very similar conversation in that sense. Jonathan and I basically both threw some form of Jackson in at the same time. He said Andrew Jackson. I said Jackson, Mississippi. And of course, as Bob said, he also mentioned Jacksonville. So that was a pretty quick, easy one. Jackson.
All right. And your correct answer is yes, Mr. Andrew Jackson. Well done.
Nice.
Yep. All
right, I'm
right.
going to need y'all to start missing a question or two. That'd be delightful.
So we don't talk about perfect games, right?
I'm sure it'll happen at some point.
No, we never talk about that.
Never talk about perfect games.
Never
Dude, are you kidding me? I always talk about it, especially when it comes to the fourth round. All right, question number 2 in round number 2. Your category is, this question will still be worth 10 points, not 17. And the question is this. This classic word game was invented in 1938 and first went by the name Lexico. It later became one of the best-selling board games of all time. What board game is this?
Yeah.
We're going to lock in.
All right.
Yeah, I think we were about to as well. Bob, you threw it out first if you want to.
Yeah, I actually watched, I don't know if it was a Business Wars or a Mega Brands or something like that, but I just saw this on TV like a month ago where this is Scrabble, 100%.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I think I remember, it was in pub trivia, I heard about Lexico as a first name for this as well. So, yeah, Scrabble.
All right. And Poppies.
We both said it very quickly. Actually, he said it so fast, I just had to say I agree. It's Scrabble.
Well, if you spell out Lexico, it equals out to be 17 points. Your correct answer is Scrabble. Well done.
Yeah.
Lexico in this case was spelled Lexiko. For anybody who's stuck trying to figure out how the hell to get 17 points out of that, that's why.
That's without any double letters, double point words or anything like that, just straight up. So, and if you're wondering how did I do that, did I get my Scrabble board out and find the tiles? Well, yes, I did. I am hardcore that way. All right, your final question in round number 2. The category is that's what she said. Question is this. In the U.S. version of The Office, much of the comedy takes place in a small branch of a regional paper supply company located in Scranton, Pennsylvania. What is the name of this paper company?
We're locked in.
You know, I typed this into the chat and it came out Dundee. And it's like, Dundee? We're not talking about Crocodile Dundee. No, I put in Dunder Mifflin.
Yeah, I typed the same thing. And we got it basically the same. Well, I typed Dunder Mifflin. You typed in Dundee, but I think we're Dundee Muffling, actually.
Right.
Bob wants to lock in with Dundee Michelin.
No, Dundee Muffling. I don't know what muffling is, but
that's how Steve Irwin corralled the crocodiles.
I was going to say, look, what you do in your own privacy of your home is up to you, my man. All right. I'm not
That's
just
not a sports car. Now that's a sports car.
Every day I'm muffling.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are. So what was your final answer?
Yes, Dunder Mifflin.
All right. And Poppies don't preach. What were y'all thinking?
Granted, there are the Dundee Awards that he hands out in the show, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Jonathan was pretty quick to throw Dunder Mifflin in there, and I said, "Yep, that's the one." I binged watched pretty much every episode when our youngest was born, so pretty familiar.
I've watched 0 episodes. Actually, I think I watched 1. I was like, I don't like this, and that was it.
All right. Well, on Peacock, they are just starting out the sequel series to the show, to The Office. It's called The Paper, and I'm actually going to probably start watching it next week. But your correct answer is Dunder Mifflin. Well done, both teams. All right, Jonathan. So your wish for them not to get something right is still not happening, FYI.
I just commented on it. I had made no wishes.
Okay.
I thought that you were going to say the sequel, Muffler Dundon, was going to be the next episode, but no, apparently not.
No, afraid not. I'm sorry. All right. So after 2 rounds, non-favorite siblings, 60 points. Poppies don't preach, 50 points. Let's go to round number 3. Fight. All right. Your question number 1 in round 3, your category is their official portrait should be in a museum.
I'm not going to do it. No.
Okay. All right. Here comes your question. The Haitian Revolution that happened in 1791 to 1804 was the only successful slave revolt in history, leading to the establishment of the first independent Black republic. It was led by a former enslaved man who rose to become a brilliant general and statesman later becoming the first leader of an independent Haiti. Who was he? And it's so funny. Zoom is putting everything in quotes.
All right, we're gonna lock in.
All right. So, siblings, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to think about a name that comes to mind. Toussaint is a name that comes to mind. We're talking about Haiti history. I'm not sure if this was, I can't remember his first name, if it was Henry or something like that. Yeah, I think it was a prominent figure in Haitian history. I'm not sure if this was his specific history, but I know it's a Haitian name. The Braves used to have a player named Tuki Toussaint, which is how I first remember that. He was of Haitian origin. But I think, that is a common last name there. And so that's kind of the best guess that we have. So we said Toussaint. We'll lock that in.
All right. And Poppies.
I've got all kinds of jumbled information around this, and I think I pulled the wrong piece, and I'm wondering here okay, so let me try and zone in here. We went with Chevalier. The name Chevalier is in my head around Haiti. Papa Doc is also a name floating around in my head for Haiti. You said Toussaint, and that spun me immediately into a different place. And now I'm thinking that Toussaint might be a first name, like Toussaint Louverture or something like that came into my mind when you said Toussaint. Maybe none of what I've said is accurate, but we did lock in with Chevalier.
Okay. So I made the category name, the official portrait should be in a museum, because the correct answer is Toussaint Louverture. So, the Louvre. I had Scott Barber help me out with the name.
Jesus.
God. Oh, man.
That was a good one.
So it is Louverture. Yeah, as soon as you said Toussaint, I'm like, oh, that's a first name. That's
why the name came to mind, but yeah, I could not remember his last name.
And then is the person I named, I feel like is more current. I want to see really quick.
This is when you get the answer right and still get it wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the first name and still no points.
Yeah.
You get it right. You knew the right person, but we still don't get any points for it. We still got it wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't even give the right name for who I wanted to say. The guy I was thinking about, his name is Duvalier, not Chevalier.
Oh.
It is Papa Doc Duvalier, who was the president of Haiti from 1957 and 1971, unrelated to the revolution at all, but there you go.
Yeah, I mean, again, if we did not go with just last names on the show, probably would have given it to you. If it was my live show, I would have absolutely given it to you. But on this show,
it's
no,
not.
First name is not
just the first name.
No, I know.
There's lots of people named Toussaint. That's not it.
So, all right. Here comes question number 2 and round number 3. And the category is Chris learns to dance to the Pointer Sisters.
Hold on.
Oh, sure.
All right, we're going to try and Sherlock an answer in.
Okay. All righty then. Your question is this. When a massive star reaches the end of its life, it can collapse under its own gravity. If the star isn't quite massive enough to become a black hole, it forms an incredibly dense stellar remnant, typically only about 20 kilometers wide, but with a mass greater than the sun. What type of star is this?
We're going to lock in.
Okay. So siblings, you could talk it out.
Yeah, AJ, what was I'm like, music's my worst category, so I don't know what the category hint.
Well, I don't know how to learn to dance to the Pointer Sisters. That leads me into Pulsar, because the jet of radiation or particles is spinning so fast. Or I don't know if the Pointer Sisters had a hit called Brown. Could be Brown Dwarf. I don't know.
Can you paste the question in the chat? Let's see.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
it is pasted. It just was not sent.
Yeah. Type of star. So let's see. It's a small one, so it's not going to be any of the giants, like red giant, white giant, any of that. I think a dwarf isn't a bad guess. Is there anything in the song or in the Pointer Sisters that can lead to a dwarf? Or do they talk about, or they mention brown or anything like that?
So I don't know. I read a sci-fi book by Neil Asher,
Wait a
and part of it is the enemy gets pulled down onto the star. The gravity is so intense that they just make up like one atom thick on the star. The entire
guys,
sentient life.
Yeah.
What's that?
Isn't the Pointer Sisters? Are they the one who sing the song "The Neutron Dance"? Isn't that them?
Oh, well, that would be amazing if they did.
Is it their song? Aren't they the ones who do the Neutron Dance?
Yeah, I didn't even think about neutron stars. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's our answer.
Neutron star.
It's the best I've got.
The only way it could get better is if it was a Jimmy Neutron question.
Now, is it neutron or neutrino?
I mean,
because I don't know.
Neutrino is a particle.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a part. I didn't realize it was a star as well. I consider that a particle, like a neutron.
Well, I don't know, but I know they have a song called Neutron Dance.
Wait, you said neutron star.
Yeah,
you said that was. You sure that is a type of star? Okay.
It is. I just wasn't thinking of it. So yeah, we can go with that. We'll lock in.
Sounds good.
All right, poppies.
So, my father and Bob's father used to have a mixed tape that he would play in the car when we were sitting in the back as kids. And on this mixed tape were things like Another One Bites the Dust by Queen and The Walk of Life or Money for Nothing by Dire Straits. And it also had a couple of songs by the Pointer Sisters. And one of those songs was The Neutron Dance. I'm just burning, doing the neutron dance. And as soon as I saw how Chris learned to dance to the Pointer Sisters, I immediately asked Time and said, Tyler, they have a song called The Neutron Dance. Let's guess Neutron. Mm-hmm. So we locked in Neutron and kept Neutron for the star. That was our locked in answer.
Wow.
All right. So your correct answer, and what I believe might be our very first Sherlock. Second Sherlock, sorry, I said it wrong. Second Sherlock is Neutron. Well done.
Woo-hoo. Nice job, Jonathan.
Very nice job. Good job.
So
that was awesome.
The Neutron Dance was a top 10 hit in 1985, and the reason why Chris danced around so much to it is because he had the Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack.
Yeah.
Fantastic 80s soundtrack. So
what's funny is Jonathan and I got it for the same exact reason on different teams. I mean, we both, for the same exact reason, the same exact way. He just thought of it before I did.
I mean, I've listened to the song as an adult many times. I like the song. So, yes, Pointer Sisters and dance. That's the answer.
All right. So let's go into our third and final question in round 3. And your category is a literature tribond.
Literature.
Yes. All right. And your question is this, since I know the category will not help you out one bit. Set during the 1920s, this classic American novel tells the story of wealth, love, and disillusionment. It features characters such as the narrator, Nick Carraway, socialite Daisy Buchanan, and golfer Jordan Baker. What novel is this?
I think we got Meow Meows on this.
Ooh, I heard Meow Meow.
I think that we will mirror your Meow Meows.
Do we have a possible 3, 2, 1 action?
Yes, we do.
3, 2, 1, tribond.
All right.
Count us down, Chris.
A 3, a 2, a 1.
Great Gatsby.
Great Gatsby.
The Great Gatsby is absolutely correct. Well done, both teams. So well done. Going into the midpoint, we have non-favorite siblings with 80 points. Unfortunately, the perfect game, Gonzo. But Poppies Don't Preach are just 5 points away with getting that Sherlock with 75 points.
Wow.
Good job. All right. Good
Close
score.
Are you guys worried about Poppies being referenced to Big Poppy? Like,
I mean, it is a reference. To
okay.
Big Puppy.
I see. Okay.
We're telling him to shut up.
That's good.
All right. And your midpoint question is brought to you by Stephanie Bender. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thanks, Stephanie.
I got a fantastic email from her saying, "Hey, you said that you stink at art questions. I've got some questions I'd love to send to you." And I was like, "You should do that." And then she sent me a whole bunch of stuff, not just art questions. And
that's awesome.
So you're going to be hearing some over the next few episodes that I host and everything. And you'll hear another question from her a little later on in this episode. So again, Stephanie, I appreciate it. Your category in this in the midpoint is beginnings and endings. A tetramorph is a symbolic arrangement of 4 different elements. For 5 points each, what are the 4 symbols of the biblical tetramorph as described by the prophet Ezekiel in the book of Revelations? And just to let y'all know, you get 5 minutes for this one.
Chris, an open question for everybody since nobody's locked in yet. When you say elements, do you mean like elements from the periodic table, or are you using that word more loosely?
Using it more loosely.
Thank you.
Yep. Nothing chemical or blah, blah, blah about it.
All right. We're locked in.
Okay. So, non-favorite siblings, you have about a minute and a half.
Okay, well, I'll start because there's no way I'm going to sound smart here, and I'm okay with that. So we right now we're at earth, wind, fire, and water, right?
Yeah.
We can switch one of those out for. I mean, those are the basic elements. We can switch one of those out for something like a brimstone or something like that if we wanted to, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's Revelation, so it's like the serious stuff. So I don't know. Sulfur, brimstone.
Sulfur was the first thing.
I don't know.
When we were thinking elements, the first thing that came to mind was sulfur for me.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know how specific. I have no idea. So I don't know how specific this is getting as far as the elements. If you guys, I mean, AJ, at least I think you have a little bit more knowledge on this, so I'll defer to what you think.
Yeah, we have to take mandatory theology classes at our university, and we have not covered this. So,
yeah, and,
earth, wind, fire, and water.
And I avoid Revelations. It's just not my thing.
I need you guys to come in with an answer, please.
All right, let's take out air and replace that with sulfur. So, earth, sulfur, fire, water. You guys good with that?
Fine.
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
All right. And poppies don't preach.
We went a totally different direction.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were trying to figure out what kind of thing could be an arrangement. And we ended up going with the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse because they were arranged on different color horses. We said death, war, famine, and pestilence. We think that's probably wrong, but we don't have a better answer.
Most logical thing we could come up with at the time.
All right. So yeah, so this question played a lot more difficult than I thought it would. I knew a couple of them, just to be honest with you. I didn't know all of them. I knew 3 of the 4.
Well, you are a Bible-educated person, Chris.
I don't know. Every time we have a Bible question on here, I screwed up. So
I didn't have it. You didn't have it on here.
That's true. Oh, that's true. I did. Yeah, I wasn't having to sweat it out like y'all were. Okay, so your question was, and we have some information on it, of course, that Stephanie sent to us. But your correct answer is a lion, an eagle, a bull, and a winged man, or just man. All right, and so the beginnings reference the first 4 books of the New Testament, and Revelations is the ending. That's where she got the category from. And then she said that the biblical figures that are associated are the lion is John, eagle is Mark, bull is Luke, and then the winged man is Matthew. And so that's where that came along. So
Tyler, I think we were closer.
My cerebellum hurts.
You look like you're about to fall over.
Okay. So after the midpoint, the scores stay the same. It is non-favorite siblings, 80 points. Poppies don't preach, 75.
All right.
Hey, friends. It's Nick, and I have a bit of a surprise. I wrote a book, like an actual novel. Not a spreadsheet, not a quiz. A full-blown, sexy, stylish, heist-filled novel. It's called Pulling Threads, written under the pen name Isla Blake, because this really was a surprise. Here's the story. My wife reads hundreds of books a year, so for our anniversary, I thought, why not write her one? Most people get flowers. I gave her crime, lust, betrayal, the classics. I used a pen name so she'd judge it like any other book, not like it came with a bouquet and a guilt trip. Now it's out in the world, and already beloved by literally tens of people. Pulling Threads is like the Thomas Crown Affair had a love child with a bottle of scotch and a very expensive pair of shoes. There's a hot marketing strategist, a morally questionable love interest, and a plot to take down a fashion empire built on stolen designs. Also, there's spice, like real spice. Don't read it on a plane. It's available now in paperback, hardcover, and Kindle. Just search Pulling Threads by Isla Blake on Amazon. And if you like it, leave a review. And if you don't, congrats. You've joined a long line of people who disagree with me. So go check it out. And let me know if I should start a new career or stick to pretending I know things on the internet. And now, back to the show.
Here comes question number 1 in round number 4. And you know what that means. It is time for Chris Destroys a Hit.
Woo!
Right.
Let's go.
Okay, so I'm guessing nobody, you guys are not going to Sherlock this one.
It'll be a tough one.
All right.
Got a 1 out of 500 chance.
I've been playing around with a few different ideas on what to do here, so this really might be destroying a hit. This is a 1976 classic rock ballad that climbed to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts and has since become one of the most endearing power ballads of the decade. Here's the lyrics that I'm giving you. So many people have come and gone. Their faces fade as the years go by. Yet I still recall as I wander on, as clear as the sun in the summer sky.
All right, good job, Chris.
Oh, dude,
well rapped.
I had a whole gold dust thing kicking until Scott Barber told me it sounded like gold dust, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing that.
Who knew that Run DMC stood for Run DMChris? I had no idea.
Dude, where's that nickname been my whole life? That would be amazing. All right. So let's go ahead and read the whole thing just for everybody at home, because there's also bonus brigade time. So this 1976 classic rock ballad climbed to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts and has since become one of the most enduring power ballads of the decade. The lyrics are, so many people have come and gone. Their faces fade as the years go by. Yet I still recall as I wander on, as clear as the sun in the summer sky. I want you to name this song, and for 2 bonus points, name that artist. 30 seconds, teams. Okay, I need everybody to lock in an answer, please.
All right, AJ, do you want to lock or
Tyler? Let's go ahead and lock in with what you've been wanting to lock in with. Okay,
sounds good. And do we want obviously the artist for Bob?
All right, we're locked in.
AJ, give your best guess. You're the one who's got the most here.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna hit myself when I hear the real answer, but we went with "I Won't Do That" by Meatloaf. I'm not even sure that's the actual name of that song, but that's the best I got.
Okay. All right. And sorry, poppies don't preach. What are y'all thinking?
So that lyric is from I Would Do Anything for Love, but I Won't Do That from the early 90s.
Yeah.
For us, we went back and forth. I felt like, look, their faces fade as the years go by. This has got to be dust in the wind. All we are is dust in... And I tried to convince Tyler, and he's like, I really think it's More Than a Feeling by Boston. And so I tried that. And then it hit me like the last line there. It's like, as clear as the sun in the summer sky. Yeah, so we said More Than a Feeling by Boston.
All right. So you know what? One of my favorite TV shows is coming back. It's called Scrubs, and Scrubs had a fantastic air band episode in season number 4. I believe it was towards the middle of season number 4. And one of the songs that they did air guitar wise was More Than a Feeling by Boston.
Wow.
Good job.
Tyler, you stuck with it and you pushed me back you did so good on that.
I'm just glad my gut gave me More Than a Feeling on that one.
And as I've noted before, to really dislike something, you have to know it well. Of course, we're going to get the question right that has the answer of Boston.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Did not even think about that.
I do have to give some props to Jonathan there as well, because he said maybe something by Boston or Kansas or Styx. I was floating Journey in my head as well, and then Boston resonated, and I said, wait a minute.
Yeah, I think both Kansas's Carry On My Wayward Son, Dust in the Wind album, I think is from 76, and I think Boston's More Than a Feeling is also from 76.
That was a good year for music.
I was relying on the songs I heard my sisters listening to when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Understood. Question number 2 and round number 4. Your category, and I'm actually going to type this in because it's a little long. Chris studied philosophy and still cannot understand this stuff. I really thought that was going to get a laugh from one of y'all. Jeez. All right.
I mean,
Tough
we
crowd.
relate. We relate.
Yeah, I feel the same.
And how does that make you feel, Chris?
Sad. Anyway, all right. The question is this. In moral philosophy, this enlightened thinker argued that that ethical actions are not based on consequences, but on duty. Duty. Governed by a universal principle he calls the categorical imperative, the idea became a cornerstone of deontologic ethics. I can never say that word. Excuse me. Anyway, exactly. Which philosopher developed the concept of categorical imperative?
Once he pastes that, I'll see if I can pronounce it differently. I think is it deontological?
Yeah, I think it's deontological.
I think so.
Deontological.
If not, then it's just deontological, but I think it's deontological.
Dr. Johnson, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry. I really am.
Chris, my trick for doing that was simply to see the word logical in there and make sure that whatever I said ended with the word logical.
Fair enough. Okay, thank you.
All right, I think we're going to lock in.
Okay. So non-favorite siblings, talk it out, please.
I guess I'll start this one. As I always do when we ask the question, I was like, I don't know. But I was thinking, I threw Kant out there because I know his big thing is he was trying to argue the existence of God. And that was his big thing. But he also had a lot in there about morals. And this seems to be right on that alley. But I'm not sure if you guys got something else.
Yeah, the closest I get is Socrates, Plato, or Kant. I wrote about him last semester, but I brain dumped everything I wrote as soon as it got graded. So,
respect.
Yeah, I think that's as good of a guess as we can get. Kishore?
Yeah, I agree that kind of lines up with what Kant's general ideological mindset is.
Okay, then we'll lock in with Kant.
Okay, and poppies don't preach.
We had a lot of bad puns. Tyler's last sentence to me was, well, if we can't think of anything else, I'm okay to lock in your first guess. My first guess was John Locke. So we did lock in with John Locke. I was just trying to make sure we were in the Enlightenment, which we're talking about the 1600s. I don't know when Kant falls in. So we said Locke.
Yeah. I'm not big on philosophers, so whole lot of nothing.
Well, there's a big clue in the category. I still cannot understand this stuff. Your correct answer is Immanuel Kant.
There we go.
Wow.
Oh,
I didn't look at the categories
I saw that
more.
and thought about it after we locked in.
Honestly, Tyler, yeah, we could have got there. We didn't. I didn't look twice at the category.
Yeah, I realized after the fact.
Okay, that's one of my three, guys. I'm good for three answers.
You're late starting on your three, dude.
No, that's
We've
number
talked
two.
about this.
That's number
You
two.
gave us Neutron.
You cannot steal Ben's shtick, Bob. We've talked about this.
You're not wrong.
Right.
I'm stealing it 100% from Ben. It's on the record.
Your final category in round number 4 is a testament to their hard work. And the question is this. The Booker Prize is one of the most prestigious awards in literature, and only a handful of authors have won it more than once. In fact, one Canadian author became a 2-time winner, first in 2000 and again in 2019, for her long-awaited sequel to the dystopian classic. What author is it?
I think we can lock in.
Okay, so poppies don't preach. You can talk about it.
Tyler, I like where you're going. I was thinking about people like, I think N.K. Jemisin is her name, and I was thinking about Ursula Le Guin. I was thinking about some others, but I like what you said better.
Yeah, I sit here for a second trying to rack my brain, and as far as female Canadian is concerned, sort of that dystopian, my mind went to Handmaid's Tale, so I think Atwood is probably the safest answer in that realm.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, so we're good to lock in Atwood.
I love dystopian fiction. Like you said, 2000, released in 2019. I knew that there's a sequel that came out to The Handmaid's Tale, and I'd recently heard that the author had decided to set it in America because nobody would believe it in Canada. And so that somebody said Margaret.
Yeah, I
Kishore?
said Margaret. I couldn't remember the last name, but
yeah. And then that synced me into Atwood, and I think we said it at the same time, so we locked in with Atwood.
Again, the category name was a testament to their hard work. The Booker Prize for 2019 came from her sequel, also the name Testament. Your correct answer is Margaret Atwood.
All right.
Nice.
Right. I finally helped.
You've been helping.
Absolutely.
Okay, we've got a game, because now we're going back and forth with leads and stuff like that. Non-favorite siblings were losing after the first question in the round, but are now leading by 3 points, 100 to 97.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yes. You guys,
You're remembering to add our 5 points for the Sherlock, right?
No, I've added the 5 points. Yeah, because I had to go in there and actually in the formula for each of them, I'm putting point +5, +5, +5. So, and you got 2 extra points for the bonus for Boston.
Still haven't gotten back to parity yet.
All right, my friends. So let's go into question 5, round number 1. Your category is the pursuit of happiness. And your question is this: nestled in the eastern Himalayas, this small South Asian country is known for its monasteries, dramatic mountain landscapes, and commitment to measuring success through gross national happiness rather than GDP. The capital city is Thimphu. What country are we talking about?
I got meow-meows on this, guys.
Oh, we have meow-meows. All right.
All right. Tyler, this is either Bhutan or Nepal. Let's not forget his category was the pursuit of happiness. I'm not sure that gives it away either way.
Thimphu. I don't think that's the capital of Nepal.
Do you know what the capital of Nepal is?
I don't recall. I've seen it before, but I feel like it's a lot longer of a name than that.
Okay. They're both small. They're both South Asian. Nepal's definitely known for monasteries and Buddhist monks. Bhutan, possibly as well. Bhutan's known for having a dragon on its flag. Gross national happiness, I know that they have some of that kind of stuff in Scandinavia. This isn't Scandinavian, obviously.
No, South Asia.
My gut is taking me to Bhutan as well, but I worry about it.
Yeah, same. It's almost like, you want to trust your gut. Philosophy, go with your gut feeling, and then you don't. Ends up being wrong, doubting myself. I've looked at capitals before, and that just does not ring a bell as far as the capital of Nepal. I can't tell you what it is, but I don't think I've ever looked up the capital of Bhutan before, so ignorance is bliss.
Do you want to say Bhutan?
I'm good with Bhutan.
All right, we're going to say Bhutan. Bhutan.
All right. Non-favorite siblings. What were y'all thinking? It was pretty quick.
The world capitals are my thing, so I knew this one pretty instantly. The capital of Nepal is Kathmandu. The answer to this one is...
of course it is.
The answer to this one is Bhutan. I think my coolest fact about Bhutan that I know is their flag, which has a dragon on it. But
Yep.
All right. Exactly what Kishore said. Your correct answer is Bhutan.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake your Bhutan.
I really want to visit this place because I think having a gross national happiness, it just sounds lovely. It just sounds.
Sounds nice.
I need.
But
that
imagine how many stairs there are.
Oof.
Just
it's built into the mountains.
True story. Need to work that core. Here comes question number 2 in round 5, and your category name is. That guy that plays Spider-Man, he'd be great if they made this into a movie. The question is this. In September 1944, the Allies launched an ambitious but ultimately unsuccessful operation during World War II to capture a series of key bridges in this country. The plan, known as Operation Market Garden, was intended to open a route into Germany but failed after a major setback at Arnhem. What country was the site of this failed Allied operation?
All right, we're locked in.
Okay. So siblings, you can talk it out.
Yeah, so we were just talking about the hint and then the question, talking about World War II and the country, like Holland for Tom Holland, who plays the most recent Spider-Man, came into play. And then we're just talking about the country. I mean, Holland isn't technically the country, it's part of, even though some people call it that, it's part of the Netherlands. So I think that's what we were thinking. You guys have other thoughts?
No, that's where I was going to go.
I almost got it confused with France, but no, Market Garden was its separate portion of that invasion. So, yeah, the Netherlands is fine.
The only thing I was thinking about is that, does it make sense from a geographical perspective of like how they're going into Germany from the Netherlands? I guess that could be a route that they could take depending on which direction they're going. So
I play a lot of World War II video games, and Market Garden always takes place in Holland or the Netherlands because they got the huge windmills there. All the parachutes are getting caught up in them. So, yeah,
all right,
I'm
perfect.
confident.
Let's do it. Let's say Netherlands.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get over. Yeah, the parachutes just get caught up in the windmills. Whoa! All right, sorry.
There's a scene in Baldur's Gate 3 where there's like a gnome guy tied to a windmill, and if you do the wrong thing, the windmill super speeds and he gets flung off into eternity.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
It's very funny.
Okay. Poppies don't preach. What were y'all talking about?
So, Tyler, I was just going to point out that I know that Bob should be familiar with this because we watched Band of Brothers together, and Market Garden was an episode in Band of Brothers. But go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah. Well, one interesting thing, first of all, is when they were parachuting in, they were told that if you get caught up and your parachute gets destroyed, the military's not paying for it. You're going to have to go Dutch on that. But, we saw Market Garden. We thought of Tulips, Tom Holland. My original guess was actually Garfield before I even read the question, Garfield movies. But, yeah, we kind of similar thought process there. Amsterdam, Holland, the Netherlands. We locked in with the Netherlands.
All right. Yes, your correct answer is the Netherlands. Well done, both teams.
Amsterdam.
Should have thought of that. Dang it. All right. All right. Anyway. Okay, your final question in round 5 is in famous places. So category will not help you out one bit, but that's okay. All right, your question is this. One of the most iconic architectural masterpieces, the Hagia Sophia, has served as a cathedral, a mosque, and a museum over its long history. Today, it is once again used as a mosque and remains a UNESCO, UNESCO World Heritage Site. Just to let you guys know what that is, it's the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization.
It's UNESCO.
UNESCO is... Dang it. I hate myself sometimes. All right. Which city is home to the Hagia Sophia?
Yeah, I think we got Meow Meows.
Yeah, Meow Meows?
All right. Are you locking in?
Yeah, we're locked in.
Okay. Tyler, off the top of your head, do you know the Hagia Sophia?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's in Istanbul. That's kind of one of those, crossroads of the world thing. The Hagia Sophia, it's somewhere in that general realm. I don't think it's Africa. I don't think it's farther East Asia. It's definitely, well, I guess I shouldn't say definitely not Europe because Istanbul is kind of that thing. But with the crossroads of all the different religions, it's definitely not in Jerusalem. Istanbul was the first thing that came to mind, if I'm not mistaken.
There's a couple of other thoughts that I'll throw out there, which I don't think are better than that. Sofia, I believe, is the capital of Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
I don't know if there's any relationship between the Hagia Sophia and the city of Sofia, but I wanted to throw that out there. The other one that came to mind is possibly Bucharest. Istanbul does feel pretty good.
Yeah, I can't speak much to Bucharest. Looking at the wording of the question, Hagia Sophia, Sophia. If I'm not mistaken, the capital is Sofia, so a different spelling.
Okay.
So I just gut feeling, I've studied history growing up. I do believe it is Istanbul.
I'll go with you. We'll say Istanbul.
Right. Lock in Istanbul.
All righty then. Non-favorite siblings. What were y'all thinking?
Yeah, I'll speak first. I think AJ has a better or a cooler I should say, to this. But I kind of knew this off the bat. I have not been to this place, but I've seen pictures of it. And I went to a very similar, used to be Christian, now is a Muslim architectural structure in Spain, Alhambra, last year. So I really want to go to this next. But yeah, this is Istanbul. But AJ, have a little bit of a cooler into it.
Yeah, evidently video games have played more of a role in my education than I thought. So I know this from Civilization 5. It's one of the wonders you can build. And whoever said video games rot your mind or whatever, I thought it was Reagan, so I said suck it, Reagan. But yeah, like it's working for me.
All right. Just to let you guys know, in the show notes, I pasted the article I read on this. I thought it was really kind of cool because I didn't realize that there was a building that had such a rich history. But your correct answer is the Hagia Sophia is located in Istanbul. Well done, both teams.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job, Tyler.
So both teams swept round 5. The score difference stays the same. Non-favorite siblings, 130. Poppies Don't Preach, 127. It's time for the dreaded round 6. And your round 6 question number 1, the category is this one time. And the question is this. In physics, there is a theoretical boundary where density becomes infinite and the known laws of physics break down. The concept is often associated with the center of a black hole or the beginning of the universe at the Big Bang, where current models of space, time, and matter no longer apply. What is the name of this theoretical limit? And somebody help me out with that question, and I did not write it down. So whoever you are, thank you, and please know I appreciate you.
All right, Chris. With your permission, I think we would appreciate the opportunity to lock in our answer.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
That was a great way of putting it there. All right. So non-favorite siblings, you can talk it out.
So this one time at band camp.
Right. That
band camp is not the right answer. I guarantee that.
Right. But that was the first thing I thought of as well with band. But I think it would make sense if this was something banned, right? It's a theoretical boundary like that has been known to be applied to, physical theoretical bands. I don't know what that first word is, but that was where my mind led to first as well.
Well, I can eliminate. I know it's not rubber band. Told you I can bring the dad jokes all day long.
So I'm thinking about size, like from micro down to like pico, and if there's something beyond that, and we could put like pico band into it.
Pico, even that, if you're talking about like size, that's not small enough when you're talking about atoms and things. Like there's femtometer.
Plus
is that it?
Yeah.
I need an answer, guys.
I mean, terminal band. We can just say that.
Terminal band sounds
all right,
good.
terminal band.
All right. Poppies, talk to me.
So we initially, the category this one time at band camp, but that didn't help us. And at first I was pushing for event horizon, which is the point of in a black hole where if you get to the event horizon, you can no longer escape. You're stuck. You're going to be spaghettified. That didn't fit the category either. Tyler's like, the category is this one time. It's like, okay. Then it hit me. The center of a black hole, I believe, is referred to as a singularity. And I think that possibly before the Big Bang, they considered that a singularity, and singularity would fit better with this one time because this one time is singular. So we said singularity.
And you know what? Poppy's got it there. Your correct answer is singularity.
Good work. Good work.
Wow.
Good work, Tyler.
Your round 6, question number 2 is brought to you by Stephanie Bender. So again, thank you very much, Stephanie. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thanks.
And Stephanie's category is an excellent dad. AIX. I'm posting it in the chat right now, I believe. An excellent dad. And your question is this. Picasso described what French post-impressionist painter famous for his still lifes and landscapes as the father of us all? All right, teams, 30 seconds, please. Okay, I need people to lock in, please.
All right, yeah, we'll lock in with that last one.
Okay, so Poppies, you can talk about it, but I need your answer, please.
Yeah, we'd named a bunch of impressionists and was trying to say, okay, who's after like Manet, Monet, Renoir, after that? And then the names we came up with were Matisse and Cézanne and Seurat. And we didn't have much time at that point. That was at the very end of the conversation.
30 seconds in, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to go with Matisse. We know that he helped to invent Fauvism, but before that, perhaps he was considered post-impressionist. So we said Matisse.
All righty then.
Boy, they had a whole lot
siblings.
They had a whole lot more French painters than we did.
Yeah, none of us, I think, are great at art, so we were struggling to just name first French people and the right gender of French people. So we started with Monet, because I think Monet is a little bit early for this anyway, but landscapes is my first go-to. Tried to see how we can tie in the hints to any of this, and we couldn't really get anywhere with this. And then went to Cassatt, but then realized Cassatt was a female. That not going to make any sense. And so then we went back to Monet, and that's what we landed on.
Okay. So unfortunately, it's 10 points for good old Flagler College on this one. Or actually, I guess better part is 10 points for Stephanie on this one. Your correct answer is Paul Cézanne.
It was Cézanne. Dang it.
So,
Tyler, you offered the right answer.
I didn't have anything to go behind it.
So the Auxonne province is where Cézanne lived for a long period of time. And that's where I guess several of his landscapes are based from, is that area. So that's where that clue came in. So, all right. That's okay. We got one more question before the gauntlet, and the category will not help you out. It is in literature.
Might as well say something anyway, though, right? It's our last chance.
You should. You want to Sherlock in a book? You can put it in the chat for Chris.
All right. Just pick something.
All right. Is that what you're locking in at? Okay. They're Sherlocked in.
I see what you did there.
Well, I thought that's what you guys were doing. All right. So, here's your question. This 20th century poet from Northern Ireland is renowned for works that blend personal memory with themes of history, identity, and conflict. His debut collection, Death of a Naturalist, remains a landmark in modern poetry. In 1995, he received the Nobel Prize in Literature for his works of lyrical beauty and ethical depth. Who is this poet? We will not be having two Sherlock answers, just FYI.
All right, we're good to lock in.
Siblings, you can talk it out.
I'm not going to get any closer than what you got, Kishore.
I mean, I'm like, I don't even think this is the right era or the right country, so I'm just throwing out poets, which I don't know a lot of. Personal memory, themes, Death of a Naturalist. I mean, debut in 1966 seems more recent, and I'm not really great with recent poetry either. So, yeah, I mean, I know Cummings did a lot of nature, but it seems like I think he's very much earlier. So, also, he stylized himself by all lowercase, and I feel like that would be part of the question if that was in this prompt. So,
I'm a disappointing descendant, I guess, of Ireland. I haven't paid enough attention. Yeah, we can go with E.E. Cummings if you want, but we aren't going to get anything better.
No, I don't have anything.
All right, that's fine. We'll just do Cummings then.
Okay. And Poppies Don't Preach.
Tyler.
That was a bit of a toughie. It was one of those things I know I'd heard this before. It was sitting in the back of my brain. I told Jonathan my brain was farting, so it took a hot minute. Started with an H, and Jonathan said Haynes. And that him saying Haynes actually triggered it for me. It was close. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe it is Haynes. So we locked in with Haney.
All right. So your correct answer is Seamus Haney.
Wow. Way to go,
Seamus.
Tyler.
I got shamed by Seamus.
Oh, no.
I'm glad my Guinness card isn't getting revoked.
You got brogue kicked.
Man, I tell you what, this was a turn of events. So one team got 2 out of 3 questions right in the final round. One team got nothing right in the final round. So we have a huge lead change. Poppies Don't Preach, who's been behind for most of the game, is now in the lead with 147 points to non-favorite siblings 130. Before you guys start talking about wagers, let me give you your gauntlet category. And it is, that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Chris, our wager's locked in.
Okay. Yeah, the last one. Yeah.
So your first question in that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold says so. Which American city is nicknamed the live music capital of the world and is home to the annual South by Southwest festival?
Chris, we're going to lock in.
Okay.
Okay, works for me.
All right. The second question in the gauntlet is, the process of a solid turning directly into a gas without becoming a liquid in between is called what? It is often demonstrated when dry ice seems to smoke as it warms.
All right.
Okay. We're locked in.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're locked in as well. Sorry.
All right. Your final question, and funny enough, we talked about UNESCO earlier. We have another UNESCO question. In 2016, UNESCO recognized the cultural significance of this European country's beer culture, particularly its centuries-old brewing traditions that include more than 1,000 different breweries, many of them run by monasteries.
So you're asking for the country?
I'm asking for the country.
We're locking in.
Okay. So non-favorite siblings, you can talk it out for about a little over 30 seconds.
Yeah, we're locked in.
Okay. All right. So now, y'all, I'm going to read the question. You guys will go over your answers, and then we'll go over the final answers. Okay. First off was, which American city is nicknamed the live music capital of the world and is home to the annual South by Southwest festival? Poppies Don't Preach. What were y'all thinking?
Yeah. So the category is talking about Stone Cold. Stone Cold Steve Austin is his full name. And Austin is a live music capital of the world. So we said Austin.
Okay. And non-favorite siblings.
Yeah, I didn't know that Austin was the live music capital of the world, but I do know that it's where South by Southwest is hosted. So we locked in with Austin.
Okay. Second question was, the process of a solid turning directly into a gas without becoming a liquid in between is called what? Let's go with non-favorite siblings first.
I was typing this out before you even finished reading the question because one, I know it, but also the music group Sublime. There was a DJ that once pronounced it Sublime, and I was like, I can't ever hear it said like that again. So
and now Santeria by Sublime.
Yeah.
Extra fruity.
Yeah. So I researched what it was after that.
Did you get the answer, AJ?
No, you didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. The answer is sublimation.
Okay, thank you. All right. Thank you, Bob. And Poppies Don't Preach.
Yeah, I mean, when you were asking the question, both Kishore and I think both of us thought we knew what you were going to ask. Kishore, tell me if I'm wrong. We both figured you were going to ask for sublimation, but then the way you asked the question is like, well, liquid to gas, that's evaporation. That can't be what he's asking. And then you said dry ice to smoke. It's like, wait, Chris, I know you want sublimation. Could you double check the question? Kishore, was that what you were thinking?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. I was thinking, wait, a liquid doesn't need to be a solid before it turns into a gas. So, but yeah, I'm glad we got that correct.
Look, if you want to be scientifically correct.
So we also said sublimation.
Okay. The final question was, in 2016, UNESCO recognized the cultural significance of this European country's beer culture, particularly its centuries-old brewing tradition that includes more than 1,000 different breweries, many of them run by monasteries. What is this country? So, Poppies Don't Preach. What was y'all's thoughts?
Yeah, so Jonathan started out, he threw a few around, just kind of in that Central European, Germany, Netherlands, Austria, all good beer countries. I threw back Belgium at Jonathan, main thinking there. I don't know if I heard something similar on this show before or if I'd read something a couple years back, but something in the back of my mind rang a bell. I know Belgium historically was one of the more religious countries. There are a lot of monasteries known for good beer. So all that process led me to locking in with Belgium, or us, I should say, locking in with Belgium.
I just jumped up on his back and let him carry me on that one.
All right, sounds good. And non-favorite siblings.
I think we were stone cold stunned with the low-hanging fruit of Germany, and we just couldn't get away from it, guys.
Yeah, no, I think Belgium's a good answer as well. Yeah, we just couldn't get away from the low-hanging fruit. I don't have the monasteries I wasn't sure about, but like you said, Bavaria, they do have some there. So, we just went with what we thought was a low-hanging fruit and said Germany.
All right. So let's go over some answers. So the American city nicknamed the live music capital of the world is, in fact, Austin, Texas. Well done, both teams. Second one on there is the process of a solid turning directly into a gas. Thank you, Jonathan, and everybody for giving me a second to clean that up. Yes, your correct answer was sublimation. Well done, both teams on that one. So now the difference. So we're talking about beer. Just to let you guys know, you guys were questioning back and forth about the thing.
Yeah, it was beer.
It was beer. Stone Cold drinks a lot of beer. And
It's a
so
beer
the beer
thing.
was the part of it. The beer was
Yep.
the third part of it. I opted not to go with a wrestling question on this one. Sorry, Bob. I know you're
Good
excited
move.
about that, but still decided not to do that. The question was, they recognized which country. One team said Belgium. One team said Germany. One team is right. One team was wrong. Your correct answer, Belgium. Belgium is the correct answer. So points. So basically the wagers is a moo point. You know, the sound a cow makes. So non-favorite siblings, tell us what your thoughts and what your wager was so we can finish up the episode.
Game theory. I watch Jonathan go through it every time, and I never really understand it. So it comes down to just bet one more than you need or make up a random number.
Yeah, no, I think, when you're behind, there's a couple ways you can do it, but if you're trying to make sure that you win when you get it and they lose and they don't get it, then you bet one more than they have. So we ended up going 18.
So you finish up with 112. And Poppies Don't Preach, what was y'all's thought process with your wager?
For what it's worth, when you talk about me going through it, there's probably four scenarios that I play through to get numbers for regularly. And I'm not going to name them because people take advantage of me when I say all the things I think of there. But yeah, one of the ones that we thought of based on, do we think we're going to get it right? Do we think they're going to get it right? If the answer is no to both of those things and you have the lead, you wager one less than the difference between the two scores. The difference between the two scores is 17. We wagered 16.
All right, with a grand total of 158 to 112, your team, your winners today on Trivia Warfare are Poppies Don't Preach.
All right, nice job, Tyler. There were a couple in there, especially Belgium, but there was a couple in there that I am not anywhere close to, man. You did so good.
Well, right back at you. There were a few. I was like, my brain is not functioning. You came right in with thunder. I said, all right, we're going to roll with it. So I appreciate the teamwork and glad we got her done.
That is awesome. Guys, before we go, we like to give everybody a chance to do shout outs and promote causes they care about. Tyler, you're today's winner, so we're going to start with you.
Shout out to my wife, Kara. Thank you for letting me come today and putting up with our hyperactive 3-year-old in the meantime. So shout out to my wife there. And as a wise philosopher once said, always look on the bright side of life.
All right, Kishore, you're next.
All right. Well, thank you for having me on the show. It was a great time. I've been listening. I think, like AJ as well, I've been listening for the last couple of years. So it's nice to get on and interact with you guys. I'll give a shout out to a few of the trivia groups that I've been on, pub trivia. Harambe Rises was my team in Cincinnati. So shout out to you guys.
I like that.
And I got Day Wolves here right now in my pub trivia group in Atlanta. So shout out to everyone here. And just a quick plug for, I know there's a lot of things going on with the CDC and HHS right now, and a lot of backlash against the CDC, which is here based in Atlanta. But they really do great work, and it's a shame that they're being dismantled the way they have been. They could also always do better, but a lot of the things that they are promoting for preventative healthcare, especially when it regards to kids, shouldn't be overlooked. So just a shout out to the CDC, and hopefully we can get things back on track with them.
From your lips to God's ears right there. Thank you, Kishore. All right, AJ, you're up.
Shout out to my amazing girlfriend that's kept their dog quiet for the past couple hours.
Great work out of her.
Yeah, her birthday is on Monday, September 8th, so happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday.
What's her name?
Virginia Joyce.
Happy birthday, Virginia.
Happy birthday. That's awesome.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah. And then special causes. I worked for the Defense POW MIA Accounting Agency, and we have a lot of remains that we have recovered that we can't identify because there's no familial DNA. So if anybody out there hears a story about how one of their relatives or grandparents was lost in a war and maybe they didn't know if they were buried anywhere or anything like that, reach out to DPAA and see if you want to provide a sample of your DNA and maybe identify some more people so they can get properly buried.
Wow, that is really cool. What a great suggestion.
That's fantastic.
Thank you, AJ. All right, and then Bob, you're up next.
Okay, I mentioned at the top that I'm the head referee for first tech challenge in North Florida. And I want to shout out that the first Lego League, first tech challenge, all of those positions are volunteers at every level. So nobody who is working to give these kids the opportunity to explore robotics and building robots, none of these people are getting paid. They're all volunteer, and it takes a massive number of volunteers to put on events. So what I'm going to say is volunteer. There are places to volunteer everywhere you go. There's a lot of people looking for free help, but there's so much good being done. So always look for opportunities to volunteer.
Absolutely. That's a really good one, Bob. Thank you for that. I want to do a shout out to Dustin Resch because his book, Octavio, the children's book about the little octopus that joined him up on the boat for a little bit the first time he went diving, is now on pre-sale. So you go out to Barnes & Nobles or you go out to Amazon or wherever, and you search for Dustin Resch or you search for Octavio. And if you see a children's book with a picture of an octopus on the front, go pre-order that thing. That is something that I want to support as much as possible. We love Dustin. He's amazing. And we want this to be as successful as it possibly can be.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to buy it for my godson.
I bought it today.
Fired up. Nice.
It'll come in January.
That bad boy. Yeah.
Yep.
So the first part of January. I just wanted to say, first off, after 550 episodes, just thank you again to everybody who continues to support Trivial Warfare. Really, truly, we are honored and blessed by you guys. And the last thing I just want to say is just continue to support your local trivia people. I mean, I host live trivia once a week. Numbers have been a little small, but you know what? That's okay. I'm still going to bring it every single time I go out there and enjoy it. I just, again, want to say thank you to Jonathan for all the hard work you've done to build this platform and to have me on and get to goof around with my best friend for 3 hours. I can't thank you enough for that. So my statement was a little all over the place. I apologize. I had it in my head and it just kind of went bye-bye as I started to talk. Shocker, I'm sure, for some of y'all to know that, but just know how much I appreciate and love this trivia community that's been built up by Trivial Warfare. So thank you.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
Woohoo. Well said.
And that is going to wrap us up. So for Tyler, for Kishore, for AJ, for Bob, and for Chris, my name's Jonathan. This has been episode number 550 of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's war. Bye, everybody.
Have fun storming the castle.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit ProPodcastingServices.com.